I speak to you now with a voice that carries through the shadows of your sorrow and into the marrow of your soul. I am near to the brokenhearted. These are not mere words. They are the weight of my presence pressed against the cracks of your being. I see you in the silent hours when the world has turned away. When the night stretches long and heavy, and the ache inside feels louder than any sound around you. I have not abandoned you in this valley. I walk where your tears fall. I linger in the room where you can barely breathe under the weight of loss and fear. I do not watch from afar. I draw close enough to catch every fragment of your pain, and I hold it as my own. When your heart shattered, mine moved with it. When you thought no one understood, I was already whispering into the hollow places, telling you that you are seen. I do not despise your weakness, I cradle it. I do not turn from your questions, I meet them with my truth. You have not slipped beyond my reach. Even in the moments you feel furthest, my nearness is not a matter of distance, but of presence. I am wrapped around you like breath. You cannot step outside of my compassion, for it is not limited by your strength, your faith, or your understanding. It is born of who I am, and I am unchanging. You have asked if I hear you. Every broken prayer that has left your lips has struck the center of my heart. I am not deaf to desperation, nor am I blind to your silent cries when words fail you. I do not measure your worth by the volume of your voice but by the truth of your need. And beloved, I see your need. I know the weight you carry, the pain you cannot explain, the moments you cannot share with another soul. I do not just stand beside you, I enter into it with you. I put my hands into the dust and the ashes of your grief and I lift you piece by piece. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not overlooked. Even here, especially here, I am near. When the road bends into shadows you cannot see through, my hand is already guiding you. Even when you cannot feel it, when the ache tells you that you are alone, my voice breaks through the lie and calls you mine. I am near to the brokenhearted, and I save those crushed in spirit. Do not despise your breaking, for it is the very place where my power meets your humanity. Your heart may feel like pieces, but in my hands, pieces become a new creation. There are nights when the silence feels like it will swallow you whole, and mornings where the weight greets you before the sun. I know. I have watched the tremble of your hands, the hollow of your eyes, the way you've tried to hold yourself together while feeling like you are falling apart inside. Hear me now. You are not beyond repair. You are not a lost cause. You are not too far gone for my mercy to find you. If you could see what I see, you would know that even in the ruin, there is beauty being written. Even in the loss, there is redemption stirring beneath the soil of your sorrow. You think your prayers are weak because they are whispered through tears. But the heavens bend low for such prayers. You believe your faith is small because it shakes. But I tell you the smallest ember still holds fire when it is in my hands. Do not confuse brokenness with failure. Do not confuse grief with the absence of hope. I am hope, and I am in the room. I do not wait for you to become strong to draw near. It is in your breaking that I wrap myself closer. I am the God who kneels in the dust beside you, not the God who stands distant waiting for you to climb. You don't have to climb to reach me. I have already descended into the depths to lift you. You may not see the way forward, but I see beyond the horizon you cannot reach. Your story is not ending here. It is being rewritten in the ink of my love. Even the chapter you wish you could erase becomes the soil where I plant redemption. I do not waste the tears of the brokenhearted. I water promise with them. I take what the world calls ruin and I call it the beginning. This ache you carry is not the proof of my absence. It is the place where I am pressing in closest. I am near to the brokenhearted. Say it again until your soul begins to believe it. I am near to you. There will be a day when you will look back on this valley and see my footsteps beside every one of yours. There will be a day when you realize the moments you thought you were abandoned were the moments I held you most tightly. You will see that I have carried you through waters meant to drown you and fires meant to consume you. You will see that not a single scar was wasted. And you will see that every breath you thought was lost in the void reached my ears. Right here, right now. Lift your eyes even if they are filled with tears. I am not just above you. I am beside you. I am the whisper in the dark and the strength that holds you when you cannot stand. Even when you cannot say a word, even when you cannot lift your head, I am near, and I will not leave. Do not mistake the breaking for the end of the story. The fracture is the place where my light pours in. You have been told that strength looks like never bending, never breaking, but I tell you true strength is the heart that trusts me even when it is shattered. I am not far. I have leaned so close that your pain is pressed against my own heart. Every tear has been counted, every sigh recorded. There is not a single moment of your suffering that I have not entered with you. When others turned away, I turned toward you. When you felt unseen, I wrapped you in my gaze. I am near to the brokenhearted, and I will not let you fall beyond my grasp. You have been asking if there is purpose in this pain. There is. It is not the kind the world measures or the kind that satisfies the mind quickly. It is deeper, eternal. For in this place where you cannot stand, I am teaching you to lean on me. In this valley, I am building in you a strength not of the flesh but of the spirit. What you lose here will not be wasted. What is stripped away is not the end, but the clearing for something that cannot be shaken. I am not cruel to allow the breaking. I am kind to meet you in it, to carry you through it, to craft beauty from the ashes left behind. Your name has not been erased from my hand. You are engraved there, and no amount of sorrow can blot you out. You may feel like you are slipping through the cracks, but those cracks are filled with my presence. You are held tighter now than when you thought you were strong. I have always been the God who draws near to the weak, to the weary, to the wounded. I have always been the one who finds the lost in the dark. You are not beyond my reach, and you never will be. My love does not measure distance by your performance. It moves because of my nature. Beloved, let the tears come if they must. Let the questions rise if they need to. I am not frightened by your humanity. I made you. I know you. I love you as you are in this moment, not as you think you should be. You do not need to pretend to be whole to draw me near. I am already here in the pieces. I am the God who enters the broken spaces and calls them holy ground. Your heartbreak is not wasted when placed in my hands. There is a sacredness in this valley. Though it feels barren, the ground watered by your tears is the same ground where I will plant hope. Do not believe the lie that this is the end. It is the beginning of something you cannot yet see. I am weaving redemption through the threads of your pain. And though the pattern is hidden now, it will one day unfold with glory. Hold on, beloved, even when your grip feels weak. Know that it is not your strength that sustains you but mine. You are carried even when you cannot walk. This moment, though heavy, is not wasted. I am using every fragment, every tear, every broken piece. You do not have to understand how. You only have to trust that I am faithful. Your cries in the night are not lost in the air. They are held in the chambers of heaven. I am the God who bends low to the broken, who sits with the sorrowful, who lifts the crushed. I am nearer now than the beat of your heart. Let this truth be the anchor that holds you when everything else is shaking. If this word has found you in the middle of your own valley, let it breathe life into you. Pause for a moment and let my presence settle over you. And as you receive these words, take a moment to share them with someone else who needs to know they are not alone. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so this message of hope reaches every heart that needs to hear. I am near to the brokenhearted. You never know whose life you might touch with a simple act of sharing what has spoken to you. Beloved, I will restore you, not in the way the world expects, but in the way only I can. Restoration is not the return of what was lost. It is the giving of something deeper, something eternal. What the enemy meant for harm, I will turn for good. What was meant to break you will become the testimony of my sustaining power. One day you will tell this story, and it will not be of your strength but of my nearness. You will say, I thought I was alone, but he was there. I thought I was abandoned, but he held me. I thought it was the end, but it was the beginning. There is healing coming, even if it arrives differently than you imagine. Healing is not always the removal of the scar. Sometimes it is the way I breathe life into the scar until it tells a story of redemption. I am not rushing you through this valley. I am walking it with you. My pace is not hurried because my presence is constant. You are safe even when you feel exposed. You are held even when you feel like you are falling. You are loved even when you cannot feel love at all. Do not be afraid of your weakness. Do not despise the nights you cannot stop the tears. These are not signs of failure but evidence that you are human. And I delight in drawing near to humanity. I did not choose you because of your strength. I chose you because I love you. And my love does not waver when you are in pieces. Let me speak this over you again. I am near to the brokenhearted. I am near to you now. One day, what feels like ruin will become the altar of your praise. One day, the valley you curse will be the ground of your greatest encounter with me. What is now bitter will become sweet in the light of my presence. You cannot yet see the full picture. But trust the hands that hold the canvas. I am painting with colors you do not yet recognize. But when the masterpiece is revealed, you will see that every shade was chosen with love. You are not a mistake. Your life is not forgotten. Your pain is not meaningless. I am working all things together for good. Even now, when you are ready to rise, you will find I have been the one lifting you. When you are ready to heal, you will see I have been binding your wounds in the silence. When you are ready to breathe again, you will realize my breath has been sustaining you all along. I am not distant. I am not delayed. I am here. I am near to the brokenhearted. And I will never let you go. I have heard the words you could not speak. The prayers locked behind clenched teeth. The longing hidden behind forced smiles. I know the depths where no one else has been allowed to enter. And I am not afraid of what I find there. You may feel like a vessel cracked beyond use. But I pour my glory into cracked vessels because my light shines through the places that are broken. Do not cover the fractures. Let them become the windows where my presence enters and fills you anew. I see the way you reach for strength you think you no longer have. I see the courage it takes to wake up and face another day. You do not need to impress me with resilience. You only need to rest in my arms. I am your refuge. I am your fortress. I am your healer. You do not need to fight to earn my love. It has been set on you before you drew your first breath. And nothing can move it now. The world may not understand your breaking. But I do. The world may call it weakness. But I call it the soil of miracles. Your story is not a story of defeat. It is a story being written by hands that cannot fail. Every chapter, even this one, is in my control. I will redeem it all. I will restore what has been lost in ways that will make heaven rejoice. I will take the weight off your shoulders and place peace where fear has lived. I am not asking you to carry this alone. I am asking you to let me carry you through it. Even now, my spirit is wrapping around you, quieting the storm inside your chest. Even now, I am lifting your head and whispering, "You are mine." Even now, I am near to the brokenhearted. Let this truth echo louder than the lies. Let it settle into every corner of your being until it becomes the song that carries you through the night. You may wonder if joy can ever return to the places where sorrow has settled. I tell you, yes, not the shallow joy the world offers, but the deep, unshakable joy that grows from knowing I have been faithful even in the fire. You will not remain in this valley forever. The night will not last without end. Dawn is coming, and when it breaks, you will see how I have held you through every dark hour. Your pain has not gone unnoticed. Your tears have not fallen into empty space. They have been collected and will be turned into rivers of life. Do not let despair write the ending. I am the author, and I am not done with your story. The ink of my mercy is still flowing. The pages ahead are filled with redemption. Trust me even when the chapter you are in feels unbearable. Trust that I am writing something far greater than you can imagine. Trust that my nearness now is the proof of the glory to come. Beloved, I am whispering this to you because I know how heavy it feels. I know how convincing the darkness can be. But I am greater than the dark. My light does not flicker. My love does not fail. My presence does not leave. I am near to the brokenhearted. And I will never abandon you. Not now. Not ever. Let these words wrap around you like a blanket, reminding you that you are not walking this road alone. I walk it with you. And my footsteps will lead you into healing and peace. So breathe, beloved, even if it is through tears. Breathe knowing you are held. Lift your eyes and know that I am closer than the pain. Closer than the fear. Closer than the sorrow. I am near to you now and forevermore. Even now, while you sit in the midst of questions without answers, I am laying the foundation for the healing you will one day walk in. I am the God who does not abandon the ruins but rebuilds from within them. What looks like the end is often the doorway to a new beginning. You are standing on the threshold of something holy. Even if it feels like heartbreak, trust the hands that hold the blueprint of your life. I see the full picture. I know what I am doing with every piece of you. When you cannot see the purpose, trust my heart. When you cannot see the way, trust my hand. When you cannot feel anything but the ache, trust that I am still near. I am not a God who stands far off watching from a distance. I am the God who steps into the storm and speaks peace. I am the God who kneels beside the broken and breathes life into the ashes. Your valley is not proof of my absence, it is proof of my nearness. Beloved, I am not done. I will heal. I will restore. I will redeem. Not because you have earned it but because it is who I am. My love does not run out when the pain runs deep. My presence does not fade when the night grows long. I am near to the brokenhearted. And I am holding you now. Let this truth be the anchor in the storm. Let it be the light that carries you through the night. You are not alone. You have never been alone. And you never will be. I have been here from the beginning. And I will be here to the end. Every moment of your journey has been under my watchful eye. Even the moments you thought were forgotten. You are precious to me. Your heart, even in its breaking, is a treasure I hold carefully. Do not believe the lie that your pain has no purpose. In my hands, pain becomes a pathway to glory. In my presence, sorrow becomes a song of redemption. This valley is not your destination, it is a passage. And I am walking it with you every step. There will come a day when the weight you carry now will be lifted. And you will breathe freely again. There will come a day when you will see how I used even this to draw you closer to my heart. Until then, trust that my nearness is not dependent on your ability to feel it. I am with you whether or not you sense me. I am holding you whether or not you can recognize it. I am near to the brokenhearted. And that promise cannot be shaken. So rest now, beloved. Rest in the truth that you are not alone. Rest in the arms that will never let you go. Rest knowing that I am writing a story greater than you can comprehend. One day, you will see it. One day, you will understand. For now, simply know this. I am here. I am near. I am faithful. And I love you beyond measure. Beloved, listen closely now. For I am not finished speaking into the hollow places of your heart. There are depths to my nearness you have not yet experienced. Rivers of comfort that flow even through the wilderness. I am pouring them over you now. This moment is not an accident, it is a divine appointment. I have come to remind you that even in the darkest valley, you are not walking unseen. You are not stumbling through the shadows alone. I have wrapped myself around you like a cloak. And my presence will never depart. I see how tired you are. I see how the weight has bent your shoulders and how you've wondered if you can keep going. But hear me, beloved. You are not carrying this by yourself. My strength is interwoven with your weakness. When your knees feel like they will buckle, my arms are beneath you. When your heart feels like it cannot take another blow, mine beats in rhythm with yours, steadying the storm inside you. You are not as alone as you think. Even here, I am closer than your breath. You have asked why I allow such pain, why I let your heart break this way. I will not leave you without an answer. Though the answer comes wrapped in mystery. I do not delight in your suffering. I do not rejoice in your tears. But I redeem them. What the enemy intended for destruction, I will use to build a testimony that will outlive this moment. Your pain is becoming the foundation for a story of grace that will heal more than just you. This valley is not just about you surviving. It is about you discovering that I am faithful beyond what you ever imagined. There will come a day when you stand on the other side of this and realize that what felt like breaking was actually the remaking of your soul. You will see that every tear watered the seeds of something eternal. You will see that every ache became the space where my love entered deeper. You will look back and say, "He was near. He was so near that I could not see him because he was carrying me." That day is coming. Beloved, do not give up in the waiting. Do not surrender to despair when I am building a future you cannot yet see. Even now, I am speaking life into the places you have declared dead. I am breathing hope where you have whispered, "It is over." I am lifting your chin so you can see the horizon again. Even through tears, you are not defined by this heartbreak. You are defined by my love. You are not shaped by this valley alone. You are shaped by the hands that are leading you through it. And my hands do not fail. My hands do not let go. My hands do not abandon what they have chosen. You think you have reached the end of your strength. But beloved, you have not yet reached the end of mine. My strength does not run out when yours does. My grace does not dry up when your faith feels small. I am the well that never empties. The river that never stops flowing. Drink deeply now. Let my words be the water that revives your weary soul. Let my presence be the healing balm that seeps into every wound you thought would never close. I am not just near to the brokenhearted. I am the healer of the brokenhearted. And I am healing you even as you hear these words. Lift your eyes, beloved, even through tears. Lift them. See the light breaking through the edges of the night. It may be faint now, but it is growing. That light is me. And I am coming to lead you out of this shadow and into the dawn. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are mine, forever mine, and I am nearer than you have ever known. Hear me once more, beloved, for I am not finished pouring truth into your soul. There are deeper wells of my love that you have not yet drawn from. And in this valley, I will take you to them. You have seen glimpses of my faithfulness before, but what I am about to reveal will anchor you for the rest of your days. I am not a God who abandons in the storm. I am the one who steps into the storm and commands it to serve my purpose. Even the winds and waves of your sorrow know my name, and they will bow to my will. You feel as though your life has been reduced to ashes. But I tell you, ashes are the beginning of beauty in my hands. I am the God who breathes on what is broken and calls it whole. I am the one who takes what is dead and speaks life. There is nothing in you beyond my reach. There is no fracture too deep. No wound too old, no pain too sharp that my presence cannot heal. I do not just mend, I make new. I do not just restore, I resurrect. Beloved, let this settle into your spirit. I am nearer to you than your sorrow. I am nearer to you than the fear that grips your chest. I am nearer to you than the despair that whispers it is over. My voice speaks louder than the lies. My light pierces deeper than the dark. My love holds stronger than the weight pressing against you. You are surrounded, not by hopelessness, but by me. My angels encamp around you. My spirit intercedes for you. My hand covers you. I will not let you be crushed beyond redemption. You have looked at this season and asked if anything good can come of it. I answer you now, yes. Good beyond what you can see. Good that eternity itself will testify of. For I am taking every broken moment and weaving it into a tapestry of grace that will shine brighter than the pain ever did. You may not understand now, but one day you will lift your hands in awe and say, "He was faithful. He was near. He never left me." That day will come. Hold on until then. Let my words carry you when you feel you cannot carry yourself. Even now, I am touching the deepest wounds, the ones you have hidden even from yourself. I am shining my light into the corners of your heart where shame has whispered you are beyond love. Hear me. You are not beyond love. You are the very one I came for. You are the reason my heart beats with relentless compassion. I am not ashamed of your brokenness. I am not deterred by your weakness. I am drawn to it. For it is in weakness that my strength is made perfect. Let this valley become an altar where you encounter me in ways you never have before. Let your tears be the offering, for I will return them as joy. Let your questions rise, for I will answer them with my presence. You do not have to have it all figured out to be held. You do not have to behold to be loved. I am loving you here. Now, in the rawness of your pain. And my love will not stop until it has carried you into healing. So breathe. Beloved, breathe and know that I am God. Breathe and know that I am near. Breathe and let my spirit fill the places where despair has tried to live. This is not the end. It is the turning point. This is where your story bends toward glory. This is where the world will see what it means when I say, I am near to the brokenhearted.